Well, guys, we have just seen an incredible market-wide crash, and I actually called this short setup here inside of the Pro Discord, which I want to be going over in this video, a little trade recap. Now, unfortunately, guys, I did get stopped here at break even, literally to the dollar. They took my liquidity and then they dumped price, okay? But this is still a really good learning moment. This is still a really good setup that I want you guys to study. So we are going to be doing a little trade recap here, okay? This is called the 1-2 setup, okay? We've talked about this for a few years actually on this channel, right? The 1-2 setup. So in simple, this is just a liquidity sweep into a market structure break, right? So let's say, you have this key low here, price sweeps that low into a break of structure, and you are looking for that retest into your optimal trade entry, into your lower time frame order block to continue the trend to the upside with your invalidation below that level, okay? So this is what the strategy will look like on your chart, this being the external liquidity sweep. If my keyboard turns on, which of course it just died. Okay, there we go, right? External liquidity sweep. This is your manipulation move right here. This is the market structure break, confirming that the trend is most likely going to shift and that we can target these external prices up here. Okay, so if we inverse this chart, it will look like this, okay? And this is the exact setup that we saw on Bitcoin. I warned people about this inside of the Pro group. I said, guys, anytime we sweep a previous all-time high, it is a bearish formation, okay? And based on this move right here, okay, this sharp displacement move down, it confirmed to us that shorts are valid, okay? So step number one, right? We need to see that external liquidity sweep, which we have right here. This is the previous all-time high. You can see after we put this high in, we kind of consolidated for a bit, right? We kind of chopped around for a bit, and then we attempted to break out, okay? This is where retail traders get trapped. Okay, breakout retail traders will look to go long on a breakout of that all-time high, okay, because we're going higher. 150K Bitcoin is on the way just for them to get absolutely murdered by this market and end up getting liquidated. And people lost everything over the past day or so, okay? And this is very easily avoidable, okay? Don't look for breakouts of all-time highs. And if you do look for breakouts, look for a displacement move, right? So a valid breakout, right? A clear displacement move up, and then you can look for a retrace, right? But we did not displace above this high. We swept this high, okay? So this line here on my chart is the previous all-time high. You can see we swept this high once right here, right? Price comes down. We are still in bullish market structure though. You can see here, after we swept that all-time high, we are still technically making higher highs and higher lows. So there's nothing really telling us to go short quite yet, until we see that market structure break, right? This is why waiting for that MSB or market structure break on a lower time frame is so powerful, because it gives you that added confidence that the trend has most likely already shifted and you can look for that continuation trade to go lower. Okay, so again, we swept that all-time high. We're still in bullish market structure, and look at this. Now we have a lower time frame sweep of liquidity as well. So as we are sweeping that previous all-time high on this line right here, we are also sweeping that lower time frame liquidity level is here with bearish divergences, right? As price is making a higher high, momentum is decreasing with that bearish divergence on our easy oscillator. This is where your scalp short setup is valid as soon as we get that sell signal on the easy algo indicator with that bearish divergence right on this candle. There is your higher risk short position, right? Trying to catch that top wick. Or if you want to wait for more confirmation, you can wait for the 1-2 setup. So again, we've swept that all-time high. We've also swept that internal high now. And all we're waiting for here is a market structure break, okay? Or a market structure shift. So what we're looking for is a displacement move down with candles closing below this low, okay? Because remember, up until this level, we are still seeing higher highs and higher lows in price action, right? We're making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, up until this level, right? Now we're seeing a higher high, and then look at this, we're seeing a lower low. So at this point, once we put in that market structure break, once we put in that lower low, now we are anticipating that lower high right here, which was our short entry. Now, the only reason that this retest was valid for me, along with the market structure break, is what do you notice about this move right here? Okay, what do you notice about this move right here as we're breaking market structure? We would call this a displacement move down, right? Gapping down, right? Look at the candle structure, right? Creating bearish fair value gaps as we're making that move down, right? Sharp move down. Very few bullish candles here on this move down. So what does this tell us? Okay, this is telling us that sellers are aggressive in the markets. And because we have other added context, such as that previous all-time high sweep, such as that previous internal high sweep, we can put the two and two together and say, you know what, at this point, more downside is probably more likely than more upside. And at the end of the day, that is all trading is. It's finding that slight edge in the markets. Okay, so at this point here, after we have seen that market structure break, I am actively waiting for a retest of this local golden pocket, or our optimal trade entry. Okay, so the golden pocket fib from that swing low to that swing high here, I'm going to remove the 0.31. This is where I am looking for a retest. Also, if we go to a 4-hour time frame, we can see we have this bullish candle here, right? Look at this bullish candle here on the 4-hour time frame. This is the last bullish candle before we saw that sharp displacement move down with that bearish engulfing candle. Okay, we would refer to this as an order block. I do like using order blocks as well for more confluence when finding these levels, just because there's not that much price history here, right? We are at all-time highs. I don't have key levels with price history, but actually we also had a previous high over here. Okay, so we did have this previous high to the left here that was acting as resistance with some price history here. So all in all, I have multiple pieces of confluence. I have resistance, I have the golden pocket fib, and I have that 4-hour order block all at this zone right here. So I am looking for shorts if price comes up with my invalidation above that previous all-time high. That is what I'm looking for an entry. And I also marked this weekly level as my take profit. Okay, why did I mark this level as my take profit? Well, to start, we have equal lows here. Okay, low resistance liquidity, right? So all of these lows are protected, right? Price does not come down to take out any of these lows. So we can expect for eventually, if this is bearish, right? If we see a bearish reaction, we can expect market makers to push price down to take out the liquidity before either seeing another market structure break to go higher or to continue dumping through, which is what we ended up doing. Okay, we actually broke through all these levels here. Another reason I was looking at this level is because it was also a weekly order block as well. Okay, we had this weekly indecision candle. So this was going to be my take profit target. So all I'm waiting for now, guys, is for price to come up to this level, and I'm looking for bearish divergences on a lower time frame as my entry trigger. Okay, you can see that price is coming up to this level, right? We're at the golden pocket fib. So at this point, I'm going to a lower time frame, right? 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, where I can see bearish divergences are starting to form here on the 15-minute time frame. So as the price is making that higher high, momentum is decreasing. Now I'm just waiting for some sort of bearish reaction. Okay, bearish sell signal, boom, right? We put in that sell dot. You can see momentum is decreasing, going down to a 5-minute time frame here as well, right? Bearish divs on the 5-minute. So my entry is somewhere around here, okay, with my stop loss above this high. Okay, so there is my entry. I'm letting price play out. Okay, if it goes higher, it is none of my business now. I'm letting my thesis play out. Okay, and you can see price is coming down here to take out this low. And guys, at this point, I had moved my stop loss to break even, unfortunately. Looking back, I should have let my thesis play out. I shouldn't have moved my stop loss to break even, but I do like to play it safe at times. And just lock in this break-even trade, because if price comes back up, my thesis was, we're probably going to go higher to take out this high. So I don't want to get stopped out on a trade if we're already up. And of course, it comes right back up to our entry. Boom, stops us right at break-even, and then ends up going down. Okay, which happens at times. But the reason I'm making this video, even though I didn't personally make profit on this trade, is because we did call this entire move beforehand. Okay, even this short signal right here inside of the Discord. Okay, we had this bullish trend line. I said as soon as we lose this high right here, you can look for shorts on the retest. So this was a trade idea that I had planned out. And I think my first idea, my stop loss, was up here. So if you caught this in the Discord, congratulations. Unfortunately, I didn't. So even though there was some bearish news with the China tariffs, the chart tells all, okay? Price action is always a leading indicator. It always leads the news, right? That's why I don't care about the news. I don't watch the news, because everything is already priced in, right? Just looking at this chart here, right? All-time high sweep, internal high sweep, bearish divergences, right? Market structure break, right up to that retest, right? ABC correction down. Price action told you that price wanted lower before the news came out. And that's a beautiful thing about technical analysis and trading price action concepts using our indicators to help you out as well. So that's going to be it for this trade recap. Hope you guys found value. This was such a beautiful trade, but that's going to be it for me in this video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys found value. Comment down in the comment section below if you guys watched to the end. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more trading content. If you guys want to join my pro community, get access to the indicators on my screen here, as well as to follow the trades of full-time traders every single day to help navigate the markets, then make sure to click the first link in the description below. I will see you guys next video.